In this video, I am sharing how you can create and find meaning in your life with 4 simple frameworks. I wasn't recording, but someone just did like fireworks. It's like 2 in the afternoon and June 7th. What's up, folks? I'm Vin. I use they, them, theirs pronouns, and this is the Vin Diagram, a channel dedicated to the intersection of my life experiences. I'm a 31-year-old full-time fundraiser and part-time YouTuber, and I love making videos about self-development, professionally and personally, vlogs, and deep dives into books that I read. So, this video is about The Meaning in the Making by Sean Tucker. It is a phenomenal book about why you should bother finding meaning in the things that you make. I highly recommend this book, and I'm really excited to share these 4 frameworks with you. So before I get into it, would you be willing to hit that subscribe button? Thanks. This first framework is where we thrive. We are often looking for the times we feel things are clicking and we're doing work that makes us happy. But it's also crucial to acknowledge those moments when we feel like we're having to push against the grain of our personality to get anything done. Love that quote. I was talking to a good friend of mine about this. Specifically, he has been finding joy and curiosity sparked by programming, like computer programming. And not just the definition of programming taught to him in school, because he did computer science in undergrad, which involves computers and like research, but also the creative applications of programming, such as creating websites, animations. And so I noticed that he's seeing that this interest is clicking, and it's really giving him energy in this season of his life. At the same time, he recently moved to another country. So he's like balancing the need to make community in this new place that he's in while he's learning programming, learning and teaching himself programming. For me in my creative pursuits, it's really having like this influx of ideas now, like right there, but knowing how to prioritize something, because I don't have the time to make all of them possible all at once. I'm human and I can only take on so much load in my brain of like new things to create and like create a system for. In the past, I have always believed that more is more. But in creating right now, in this chapter of my life, how important it is to allocate your energy to the things that will yield the results that you want. And this is gonna look different for everybody, obviously, but it's knowing this handful of things. What is it that you are good at making? What is it that you want to make? And what is it you are capable of continuing to make over a period of time, so sustainably? But let's also take a step back from this, because I feel like I dove real deep into like the details there. Where is it that you thrive? Is it in groups or smaller settings, intimate settings? What part of the room calls to you? The front of the class, the quietest, the sunniest, or the loudest? How do you navigate the world? How do you learn best? I personally could lose time in my room because of the inspiration I have within it. There's always a lot of stuff like posted up on the wall because those are the goals that I want to get to. I personally love hanging out in groups of one-on-one. I can lose time swimming in the pool, out in the ocean, or on my bike. If you give me a pair of headphones, I will dance anywhere you put me. And especially recently, I've grown to really appreciate libraries for their solitude, and that it's one of the few places, if not the only indoor places in the world, that isn't your home or your friend's house, where you can be inside a building without having to pay for anything. And you can just exist there with people. I personally really find solitude in going to large events like concerts by myself and kind of just getting lost in a crowd of people. I'm really inspired by the simple joys in life, a good sunset and grocery stores. Define where you thrive and figure out what you can accomplish there. The next framework is who are you? Of course, you couldn't figure out the meaning in the making without knowing who you are and really just asking yourself often, who are you? Describe yourself without a job title and your ethnic background. What do you care about? What is your story, and how has it shaped who you are today? But how has it also shaped how you see the world? What do you want to tell the world about your story? Your work should be a reflection of who you are as a singular person and personality, because it's the best shot you have at showing the world something that we've never seen or heard before, because it is uniquely yours. I care about teaching people how to believe in themselves and to succeed. I am compelled to do this mission because of the sacrifices that my parents made to get me to where I am, but also the hardships hardships that I've endured, and a desire I have to alleviate some of these difficulties for other people. I don't want people to feel as if they don't have a community or as if they have to leave their country in order to survive, especially because my parents experienced this, and a lot of immigrant families have too. Quick sidebar, but if you're interested in getting life coaching from me, the initial consultation is free. You can leave a comment below or use my Calendly link in the description. The next piece is, how do we become who we want to be? The internet, a million miles wide, but often only an inch deep. I really appreciate this quote because the quality of the content within the internet really is determined by how honest someone or someone's art is. In making the daily vlogs that I did in May, I realized how I can really only do one component at a time to improve my videos. One day I could work on like the story a little bit more, but less so on being able to integrate filming it into the rest of my day. Some days it was easier to just like film something rather than talk about a concept. Overall though, it was such a good experiment, and I realized how much time it takes to make something good and worthy of calling quality. And I'm not saying that my videos from my daily vlogs were quality. Some of them were, but not all of them. May was really an experiment on the quantity of content that I wanted to make, and the lessons from it serve for the quality of my content moving forward. And that's really exciting for me because now I know what I want to make, at least a little bit more. If we make things and share them with others, we have to be prepared for people to freely let us know what they think about the work that we've done, whether or not we've requested their input, such as through comments of like these videos and whoever might come upon my channel. Putting myself on the internet at that scale every single day isn't something that I've done since I was like on MySpace, like in junior and high school, like posting every single day, sometimes multiple times a day, updating my pages. I expected some comments from that daily vlog channel, but definitely didn't expect for that many people to like resonate with it. It was this notion that these strangers kind of became acquaintances and even friendly, even though we were just people on the internet together at the same time relating to a particular topic. And each time someone did that, it gave me a little extra push to keep going. So I just want you to know, if you've been watching my videos, I really appreciate you like sticking around as I figure out what the hell I'm trying to do in this channel. If we find ourselves developing our skills, we also need to turn around and find someone else to mentor. In this process of daily vlogs, I also learned a lot about myself and the life experiences I still have that I have to share, or I feel like I have to share. Anyway, when we can teach people something, we can find meaning in their process of learning as well. And we give ourselves purpose by serving others. And this concept is always coming up in leadership books, where it's good that you develop yourself, but really once you do that to a level, you want to like teach others as well. And that is what's going to give you long-term purpose. Ultimately, there are two sides of this defined by Carl Jung as the persona and the shadow. The persona, the part of ourselves that we want the world to see, the traits that we are proud of, that we push to the front and center in all of our interactions, that hoping that people will believe the lie that comes with all of these good qualities. And it's kind of a lie, because all of these good qualities are not the whole picture of you, but that's what we want people to believe. Our persona, for me, is what I'm willing to share with you on camera. How well I speak, how polished I look, is me protecting my persona. Of course, I'm not really the type of person to like hide my flaws or speak lightly of my errors. I think they're a very important part of me. But remember that what you're seeing of me is a limited and curated version of me. And then there's the shadow. This is a part of ourselves that we are ashamed of or are fearful that others will see. It's our most basic impulses and darkest thoughts. There are gonna be some life experiences that I'm not comfortable sharing on camera. There are multiple times in my life where I was unkind to myself, other people, and the world, because that's just a version of who I was at the time. But we are forged in the shadows. We are forged from the lessons, failures, the insecurities, and our worst fears. These are parts of us just as much as our persona. Keep looking is the next framework. I think it's the last one. It's the last one. Making things. Making anything is a process. So is finding the meaning. Make sure that you are asking yourself these questions. Is it all pointed in the right direction? Are we constructing the character we intend? Are we becoming the human being we really want to be? Are you sure your actions are pointing you towards your goals? Does your character match your actions? As Hoobastank says, are you who you want to be? I leave you with these wishes from Sean Tucker. May you find the courage to release what you make into the world where it has the chance to bring joy and comfort to others. Dig deep and have a conversation with yourself about why you shouldn't. Are those real reasons, or are they excuses because you're scared or don't feel ready? I kind of just added myself with that comment from earlier, not wanting to share everything here. Think about what you need and how human that need probably is. You are not as alone as you might believe. May you discover your deep joy by paying attention to those creative pursuits and subjects that compel you, and use them as compass bearings to explore as you travel the world. Follow those curiosities and explore the crevices within yourself. Let yourself play in the discovery of what you have yet to grasp. And lastly, may you find ever more meaning in your making. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.